Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. The Express caught our attention with the headline, Meghan Markle warned closest US allies have been put off over her vanity and arrogance. Niall Gardner, a Washington-based foreign policy expert and royal family fan, told the Express, "It is striking Meghan has had very little support from the woke liberal elites who haven't come out in force to defend her. The scale of Meghan's vanity and arrogance has even put off some of her natural allies on the American left." The premise is that the Netflix documentary alienated the British people but also failed to garner any significant support in America. Gardner added, "Americans have no time for her complaints against the British monarchy or complaints of being a victim. Only a small minority in America would have sympathy for her. The royal family is still very popular in the US and Americans love the British monarchy. With the passing of the Queen, there was a huge outpouring of grief in America. Every US flag was flown at half-mast here for over a week. They love the royal family, and Meghan attacking the monarchy is certainly not a popular move here." The Mirror reports King Charles is throwing shamed Prince Andrew out of Buckingham Palace. Andrew will no longer have an office there or be allowed to use it as a corresponding address, according to a royal source. The source told The Sun, "Any presence at the palace is officially over. The king has made it clear he isn't a working royal, he's on his own." An issue still at hand is Andrew's security. You may recall that security for Harry and his family was a major topic. The Telegraph reports private security will take over Andrew's protection at a cost of around £3 million a year, which is believed to be paid for by the king. Norman Baker, former Home Office Minister and Privy Council member, told The Sun, "Armed protection has always been a status symbol for the likes of Prince Andrew. Of course, he should pay it himself and not burden the taxpayer because he is a private individual and carries out no public duties. People like David Beckham pay for their own security, so why shouldn't Prince Andrew? We shouldn't pay for Andrew's or Harry's security or any member of the royal family that carries out no public duties." The Daily Beast's royalists called Prince Andrew the human shield protecting Prince Harry's title. They cite an article in the Daily Mail which writes, "Andrew has caused comparatively few problems recently by keeping calm and not rocking the boat, which is more than could be said for the royals lobbing grenades at the throne from Montecito." The Daily Beast's source said that to make a move against Harry and Meghan's titles would open up a Pandora's box of problems, adding that the king would be very cautious of such a move, partly because of the backlash to the decision to strip Diana of her HRH after divorcing him, saying, "Imagine if they did something similar to Harry. He would be able to go on Oprah all over again and say, 'They did it to my mother and now they are doing it to me.' It would completely play into their victim narrative." Palace Intrigue will be right back. Royal commentator Diana Elsa believes Charles has totally outplayed Harry and Meghan. Elsa writes, "The palace's Sun Tzu-worthy strategy goes beyond the Sussex's inclusion in next year's big day to them, doing something else that has taken some by surprise. Absolutely nothing." And if you're feeling cold, Prince Andrew has a tip for you. After a Christmas Day onlooker told Andrew she was cold, the prince said, "Did you know the trick is to bring a newspaper? Stand on a newspaper and you insulate your feet." And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.
All right, here's the pitch. 5 stories, they're all good news. It's called 5 Good News Stories. No negative news, just good news. Nice, easy way to start your day. Hopefully a smile. Hi, I'm Johnny Mack, host of 5 Good News Stories. You get the premise? There's 5 stories, and they're all good news. It's the number 5 Good News Stories. 5 Good News Stories. Follow the show wherever you get your podcasts.